programs, but let me say this. We were the only people who came to this country under conditions that we came under. For example, the immigrants from the European countries, they landed at a place called Ellis Island. They processed them through Ellis Island. Those who came to America earlier were already beginning to establish neighborhoods, and so the persons who were immigrants coming here, they did have the advantage. Number one, they didn't have to endure what the African Americans endured, and number two, they already had those who had came to this country earlier and established neighborhoods, and they had a place to dwell and live until they could get a direction into the direction they wanted to go as citizens of this nation.
Well, certainly an important part of our history, all of that. So let's take a look at the way Paducah commemorates and celebrates that day. Tell me, first of all, your involvement in the celebration.
The events that are celebrated now, it's called the Emancipation Celebration. The events are sponsored by an organization called the W.C. Young Community Center Board of Directors. And we have put together a series of programs that cover a period beginning today and culminating or finalizing on Monday, August the 8th. And each day from today through the rest of the week, we will be having special events going on. Beginning today, we will be having events relating to, first, the opening of the celebration. And then there will be events relating to the youth. There will be arts and crafts and food and information at the W.C. Young Center on 505 South 8th Street.
Let me remind our viewers real quickly, if they just tuned in, that we are recording this show on August 3rd. So when you say today, some of these events, by the time you see this on Friday or this weekend, have already happened. So I just don't want people to get confused. But there's some interesting things going on, so I'd still like to talk about those.
Right, and that's what's going to happen starting today. And this will involve, basically, today will involve the youth, and also today we will have what is called an opening ceremony, opening the events. And there will be some commentary as to why we're here, and then the events will continue on.
On Thursday, August 4th, one thing that I see is a health fair and screening. I've been seeing that advertised on the TV. African Americans are susceptible to certain types of diseases more than other groups are. And so this is going to be, I believe it's a free screening if I remember correctly.
Yes, it's sponsored by the Western Baptist Hospital Heart Center. Western Baptist they have been participating with us now for several years. But this year they've changed the modus operandi this year to focus on. In the past we've had a luncheon, a speaker, but this year they're going to have a series of examinations, physical examinations, not in-depth physical examinations, but health screening. And the focus will be on such things as hypertension,
right,
and diabetes, and seemingly those types of things that the African American population seems to have an overwhelming percentage. And so there will be some information on all of these things, everything from advice on dieting and the types of food that you should be eating, and also in terms of exercising. And a lot of this is not just restricted to the African American population. America's a fat nation.
They are. To put it bluntly,
be blunt,
like 2/3 of us are fat.
We're fat people. Get a big burger, fries, all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Another seemingly really significant thing happening on Thursday, August the 4th, recognizing achievements of women. Can you give me a little detail on that?
That it will be the key focus of our theme this year.
Oh, okay.
At the beginning of 2011, over several media outlets, you heard the word "the Year of the Woman," and organizations across America began to focus and say, "Well, this will be the year for America to focus on the achievements of women in our nation. And when we began the planning process for this Emancipation Celebration, we decided to focus, as the nation will be focusing in many areas, on the achievements of local women. And so what we put together an event, and it is focusing on Woman of the Year. And organizations, churches, groups, sororities, and various other organizations have submitted recommendations, giving the bio backgrounds of ladies who are serving our community, ladies who are involved in various aspects of helping out in the community, a majority of them free graders, volunteering, and in many instances we're not aware of these ladies and what they're doing and how they're helping improve the quality of life for our community. And from this group, one individual has been selected and will be named.
So you already know then?
I don't know.
You don't know, because I was hoping to get the real scoop, and I guess you don't know.
Well,
but that will be announced when?
That will be announced tomorrow.
Which is Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay, so we will know.
Thursday at our open house celebration.
Okay.
And all of the ladies who have been recommended, whether they were recommended by church or sorority or another organization, their information have been forwarded to the W.C. Young Board of Directors. A committee was put together, and the committee says, we'll only work on this if it's kept confidential. We don't even want our names out there. We don't want to get a lot of phone calls and all that stuff.
Good idea. Do you know how many applicants?
Applicants, I think we have about 20.
So quite a few.
Quite a few.
So that'll be a hard choice.
It's going to be a hard
kind
choice.
Of things are hard.
But it's a good choice because it's easy to pick up a newspaper and see what a famous television star is doing, or an industrialist, or whatever that person does to improve the quality of life. But we have people right here in our own community that are doing a lot of things. And so what we're going to do tomorrow, and we urge the public to attend, we're going to be recognizing people that everybody knows when they say, So it's going to be a good event. And all of these ladies who have been nominating have been invited to be present.
I'll be interested to see who receives that very prestigious award. Then on Friday, August the 5th, there are several things happening for 8 hours at a park with a familiar name, the Robert Coleman Park.
That's right.
But then, even after that, we have it looks like a dance with a featured band coming, and that's going to be at the Civic Center. So several things like that are going on.
Let me run through a couple of things.
Okay.
There's a lot of focus on Friday on young people. We're working in a cooperative effort with the Oscar Cross Boys and Girls Club, and they've been very helpful, and they enjoy participating. So we're having events such as a 3-on-3 basketball. We're going to have a talent contest, and the talent contest will be divided into age groups, starting out with age 5 to 12. And in that age group 5 to 12, the person who's selected as to be the most talented will receive a $50 cash prize. And then there's a group from age 13 to 19. It's still a talent show. And the winner in that area will receive $100. So that's important. And at the same time, as I said, we have these 3-on-3 basketball games going on. A lot of activity, as you said, at the Robert Coleman Park. And so it's a full schedule.
Let's we only have about 4 minutes left, so let's hit the highlights. And I know one of the highlights each year is the parade. The
parade will be Saturday morning, beginning at Washington Street at 10th and Walter Jeton Boulevard, going southward and ending up at Robert Coleman Park.
How many years have they done that route? You used to go down Martin Luther King Drive and
right.
Park Avenue, but
this route has been in effect for at least 7 or 8 years.
And then there's going to be activities after the parade.
After parade in the park all day.
All day.
And there'll be a youth dance Friday night. No, there will be a youth dance, and then there will be an adult dance on Friday night. There'll be an adult dance at the J.C. Civic Center,
okay.
Robert Cherry Civic Center.
Right, right.
And on Sunday there will be an important program that people in the church community and everybody is interested in. There will be a gospel musical, and this is gospel music country.
Yes.
And so there will be a gospel musical at I think it's Greater Lincoln Heights Missionary Baptist
yes.
Church is on Bloomfield Avenue.
Yes.
And they have a large seating capacity, so that will be on Sunday, 4 p.m. on Sunday. And then Monday is we have a breakfast on Monday.
That's always a big event.
It's a big event. Everybody in from out of town comes by. It begins at 7 a.m. and they meet and greet and fellowship and have breakfast from 7 until 11. And included in this, we have souvenir journals that will be sold. And when I say sold, we're not really selling them because I think we get whatever the price is will barely cover the cost of them.
What's in the journal?
The history of the events.
Oh, okay.
Not only that, individuals who have taken out ads, they will be in the journal, and general information, and a variety of things that are real interesting. And also we have souvenir T-shirts, and so those are 2 items that will. Each year we have those items for sale.
Is there a closing ceremony? You have an opening ceremony, so do you have a closing ceremony?
We don't have an official closing. The closing ceremony is usually the gospel musical, because, for instance, that's going to be the last big event.
Okay. Other than the breakfast.
Other than the breakfast.
You have speakers and things at the breakfast? Or is it just a social time?
It's a social time, basically. But now, if somebody, we have had occasions where someone coming in from out of town that we want to reintroduce to the community, maybe they've made a significant achievement or something, and they are coming back just for a few days. We don't restrict those kinds of things, and we're glad to let the people know that we have people out there too who are making accomplishments.
So you got a big weekend planned.
Big weekend.
Hope it is a little cooler, and that
I hope so.
People are come in and reestablish connections with family and friends, and that you have a very successful event.
Yeah, remember your history. That's it. Because the history of this emancipation is the history of America. And at the same time, enjoy yourself, bond with your family, bond with the community. What I'm all about is making Paducah a better place.
And that's the last word. Commissioner
Thanks,
Robert
Tom.
Coleman, thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for joining us on City Profile. I'm Tom Butler.